Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back. New subscribers, you are welcome to the family. Today I'm going to talk about marital promise. It's the first video I ever made, so if you followed me from January to date, you definitely know what video I'm talking about. I'll leave a link in the description box below so that you guys should see. So I'm talking about the same thing I talked about in my first video. I hope you guys enjoy it. You know, I've seen a lot of women getting tied down in a relationship just because their boyfriend promised to marry them. I understand marriage is sacred. Marriage is a beautiful thing, and most women, so let me say 85% of us women want to get married. And some get married for the right reasons, some get married for the wrong reasons, and some are stuck in relationships, in abusive relationships, just because their boyfriend said, okay girl, I am going to marry you, you are going to be with me for the rest of my life. And it gets us excited. You know, when you're young, you have this imagination, I'm going to have a beautiful wedding, I'm going to get married, I'm going to have beautiful kids. You know, it's every little girl's dream. You understand me? That's why we always play all those mommy, daddy, everything, and we also, you know, we create wedding dresses, as you know, all those things. If you've played like that before, yes, I'm going to show you something. It's gonna pop up on the screen, something like that. A lot of women have gotten stuck in relationships just because they've been promised marriage. Look, a relationship that's going to lead to marriage, you're going to know it when you see it. It's not every relationship that's supposed to lead you to the altar. Some relationships might lead you to the grave. Some relationships might lead you to doom. Some relationships are just meant to be hi, hello. They're not supposed to last. A heartbreak is painful. Oh God, it is so painful. It's more painful than hitting you. This small toe. It's you know when you hit this small toe on a sofa. It's so painful. But heartbreak is worse than that. It's, you know, it gets you depressed. It makes you start thinking about your life and stuff like that. But it's better to lose a relationship that was going to stress you in the end. You know, something that's not meant for you is going to end no matter how much you try to secure it. You understand me? An egg that is supposed to break is going to break no matter how much you try to hold it tight. You understand me? So if you have a boyfriend that has been promising you that he's going to marry you for the past 7 years, but he doesn't look serious. He looks like, okay, this boy wants to play. This boy is dating 15 girls, and he's, at the end of the day, if those things don't work out, he comes back to me and tells me, you're the love of my life, I want to marry you. And you, as a girl that wants to have a beautiful wedding, a beautiful family, you bend down your head and say, okay, I'm going to stay. It is not right. It is time to know your worth. Know that there's more to life than being in an abusive relationship. If you meet the right man, you will definitely know. Marital promise, somebody that promises to marry you just to sleep with you. You know that this guy just wants to sleep with me, just using marriage to entangle me. You know it, you can tell. But because you have, you know, you feel like, okay, maybe, just maybe, by God's grace, he's going to change. Your gut is telling you that he's not going to change. If your gut is telling you that he's not going to change, he's definitely not going to change. And if he ever marries you, he'll get worse. One other thing that I've noticed is that a lot of women don't get married because they're in love. They don't get married because, okay, I've met the one. They get married just because they have to, just because they want to be called Mrs. Somebody. And even if that man beats her, she's just glad to be called Mrs. Somebody. It's not supposed to be like that. I know somebody is going to say it's easier said than done. If you're in an abusive relationship, if you are in a relationship that looks like it is already dead, you've been trying to water it. If you're in a relationship where you feel emotionally drained, if you're in a relationship where you feel like you don't matter, no matter what you say, that boy is not going to, he can't do anything that you want. You know, you're constantly apologizing, you're constantly sorry. It is like you're walking on eggshells. You're afraid of speaking up because you feel, okay, if I say this, he might leave me and I might not get married at the end of the day. Then there's a problem. That relationship it's not yours. If you guys are not going to break up in courtship, you might get a divorce, because you can't force what is not meant to be. You understand me? And what else do I have to say? I think I've talked about everything. So, marital promise. A promise to marry you is not marriage. Moving in with your boyfriend is not marriage. I love you, our wife. It is not marriage. Your boyfriend's friends can call all his 5 girlfriends our wife. Why? Because they don't know your names. They're calling you our wife because they don't know your name. They don't know that one's name. They might mistake them. So, for them not to mistake those names, our wife is the easiest one. Don't bend your head and say, okay, they love me, he loves me, everybody likes me. You go to his family and say, his mother likes me, sisters like me. The same way they like those other 4 girlfriends of his, that is the same way that they like you. So don't get too carried away. You're not marrying his mother. You're not marrying his sister. It is him that you're going to marry and settle down with. And if he's frustrating you right now, it never gets better. It gets worse. In my country, they say, Nkobekela, te chupo. Nkobekela, te chupo. An engagement is not marriage. An engagement is to marry you, ain't marriage. It is not marriage. That's one that why they say I do. You may now kiss the bride. That is marriage. It doesn't matter if it's traditional, if it is a court wedding, but the priest or the judge or the lawyer, I don't know, whichever it is, whenever they say, okay, you are now pronounced husband and wife, that is marriage. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And if you want to see my first video, I'm going to put the link in the description box below. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Enjoy the rest of your weeks. Enjoy the rest of your week, not weeks. I'll be back before the next week. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.